Lately, the producer community has been looking like the new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Gross!
Loop makers using samples without necessarily declaring them, beat makers stealing loops as they do, and Gunboi claiming Pvlace is a fraud. Yeah, that's right. In this video, we're quickly going to go over the whole situation, but take a closer look to an even bigger problem within the producer community that potentially involves you. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of context so we're all on the same page before we start. Gunboi is an artist from New York who moved to Germany and built this kind of collaborative relationship with Pvlace. I don't know. They kind of came up together, but from my understanding, Pvlace was the guy in the spotlight. Pvlace was the guy who had the connection with 808 Mafia. Pvlace was the guy who was getting all the placements. And over time, Pvlace was the one who was considered the GOAT of melodies, if you will. Now the situation is that Gunboi came out over the last couple of weeks and just accused Pvlace of stealing a bunch of his midis and a bunch of his loops, and there's an ambulance passing by. I wonder if you can hear that. He accused Pvlace of getting a bunch of placements using his melodies and him never being credited for it, which is kind of weird considering they were so close and they were always working together. I guess, I don't know. My concern in this video is not about exposing Pvlace or exposing anyone and, you know, claiming someone's a fraud. I don't care about that. But what Gunboi's post successfully did, without meaning to, is expose how sad the up-and-coming producer community actually is. Up-and-coming producers took his claims and boy did they run with them like they were their own claims, like their lives depended on them. Commenting on Gunboi's post, instantly hopping on the bandwagon, spamming all the producer pages to ban Pvlace from the producer community, just cancel him completely. It was absurd. It's almost like this whole community of nobodies who for years claimed Pvlace was the GOAT of making melodies just instantly forgot who he was. It's like they were always praying for his downfall. That's interesting. And now while Pvlace stealing is potentially a very big problem, and I say potentially because I haven't watched his response video and I never will because that shit is way too long.
Gross!
This problem showed how focused and dedicated up-and-coming producers are on all the wrong things. Up-and-coming producers always claim that blowing up is hard and getting their beats heard is hard, but they rarely put any effort into it. Actually, they're more willing to spend their time criticizing other producers, getting caught up in rich people's drama, getting obsessed with all the ongoing negativity in the music industry, than they are to better themselves daily. Understand that blowing up and getting heard doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent steps in the right direction for a long period of time. You shouldn't have time for drama. All that energy is spent hopping on the bandwagon, commenting on other people's posts, hoping for this person's downfall isn't gonna make your career any better. Actually, it's probably gonna make it worse. You're showing all the negativity you have in you, all the saltiness you have in you for being a nobody. In addition to that, and most importantly, you're wasting your time. Go make beats and look for ways to further your career. Stop putting industry producers on a pedestal. They're all probably very shitty people. Just listen to their music, get influenced by it, and move on. Unfortunately, stealing from smaller artists and producers is normal. I'm not saying we should normalize it further. I'm just surprised how shocked some of you were by this behavior. Spending time on drama is not worth it, even if you're the primary person involved in it. And I get it, sometimes it's too hard to avoid, especially when everyone else is talking about it. Occasionally, it kind of feels nice to hear how shitty some of these people are. But ultimately, the only person getting hurt from all this is you, the consumer of content. You're still broke, your beats still suck, and now you don't even have time to better yourself because you spent all that time spamming clown emojis under Pvlace's post. And if you need a reminder about how shitty the music industry is, check out this video right here, where a producer didn't even know he had a Lil Baby placement. See ya.